is closed down because of one accusation. I'm not saying that we are better than them. But what I'm saying is, for this church to survive to this time, it is God. Oh, come on. It is God. So look at what the psalmist says. For you, O God, verse number 10, have put us to test. For you, O God, have put us to test, testing us by fire like silver. You let us be put in prison. For you, O God, have proved us. Can I talk to somebody here before you leave here? That there must be a reason why you are going through what you're going through, man of God. Because you need to be proved. You see, nobody can trust you if you have not been proven. Except novices or imbeciles. Because they themselves do not know where they are going. But for me, I can't trust a leader who has not gone through issues. I like what my papa said the other day. He said, I will trust and believe a general who has gone to the battlefield and come back with bruises all over. If he leave him, I'll trust him. Than the general who is in the office writing and commanding. There are some people, they are not worth of following. But they have one. When you follow him and the going intense talk, they will run away. They will leave you. Peter and James and John said at the beautiful gate, as such as we have, that we give unto thee. If you don't have, you can't give.
Yeah.
And God said, the church is sick and tired of long sermons. That is why I've stopped preaching. People want to hear your testimony. Pastor, tell me what you have been through.
Yeah.
And how God delivered you. Rather than preach a long story, we hear these messages. Better for powerful ones. Huh? The reason why some of us have to go through, can I talk to somebody? So that you will have the story. I was saying this some time ago. I said the reason why we are having these homeless, the number of children going to the streets, increasing every now and then, is that mothers and fathers do not have stories to tell them. They've allowed TVs to educate them. They've allowed their game, their cartoons, to educate them. But if, mommy, you have gone through and you know how God can deliver, you will sit your child down one day. I remember one day when someone tells somebody that your mom or your grandma one day will go to heaven. In other words, she was telling the boy that your grandma will one day die. Grandma said, why do you have to say that you're a child? And I said, I've told him, that small boy, that you are not going to live forever, you go and be with Jesus one day. I didn't like to tell him, but it came to a point. He said, where is my mommy Now, thank God she has another mother. But before, there was no mother at all. So I was forced to tell him that your mother is for Jesus. And everyone will go there one day. I believe this will carry him throughout his life. That he will not fear death, but he will live a life. I asked him, Nana, why do you, he said, what do you want to do in future? He said, I want to be a policeman. I said, why? I was expecting to say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, but it's not policeman. Thank God, Australia police better than African police. I said, why? He said, I want to be a policeman and a pastor so I can help people. Just last, was it Thursday, they invited me to their school for a award because he helps people. I was happy. I was very happy. You see, not because he's special, he has gone through a thing that not many children. It's not good experience, but sometimes when we go through situations, it educates you. Yeah. Some of you don't understand what I'm talking about because you have not been through yet. I was saying that if we get to heaven, I pity this generation so much. Because while some of them are sharing big testimony, Peter said, I was crucified. Apostle Paul said, I was flogged and dropped down in a basket. And people say I was put in the island of Patmos and going through all these Stephen was stoned, yeah? Stephen said I was stoned and all that. Some of us, our testimony will be, I was at church, I was not invited to sing. And they gossip about me in the church. And these trivial issues. People of God, it is good to go through. Like David said the other day, it was good that I was afflicted to know your degree. Yeah. When you go through, I remember what Job said. Job, in Job chapter 1, the Bible said there was a man who lived, who was righteous, upright. Is that correct? God was testifying about him. Now, after Job 42, when God multiplied, he said, Lord, I heard about you, but now I've seen you. He was good, religious, but situation draws you to God, makes you know God, makes you, because there is a place in your life when you come, okay? If you don't humble, then you are an idiot. I don't know what you've been to, but you can't go to what I've been to and still be proud. Hey, for what? You can't go through certain things in your life and still raise your shoulders, except that you are not smart here. So I believe that some of this is God allow us to go through so that He can humble you. Apostle Paul said, because of this surpassing great revelation, it was given to me what? A thorn in my flesh. The King James says what? What? Satan, messenger, a messenger of Satan to befetch me. Isn't it? To keep me humble. Yeah. Church, we have gone through. When I say we are talking about a church, you also have your story to tell. There was one lady that said to me one time, she picked a taxi coming here. And the taxi driver said, where are you going? I'm going to Liverpool Church. Now for some reason, I don't know why they call this church Liverpool Church. And then you said, that pastor that killed the wife. Oh, some of you left the church because of some of this accusation. There was a lady I picked one time like that. She stopped the church. What did he say? Somebody said, you kill your mother, your father, and your wife. You are looking for another church member to bury them under this. So I was afraid to come to that church. If this is not the devil. But listen to what he said. And I end the message. He said, you let men go driving our head. Hey!